Hello everyone, it is Shadowswillm and I'm here to present to you guys some more Dota 2 action. This time we have NHogs with HEV, A Semiz, 7 Deuce Never Lose, AG, Ethi, BD, CM, FRT, period sync, and E Ment versus Infinity Gaming with an INF Burt, Infinity Fuse, Infinity Elfin, I Dizamata, and Big N. The names we saw in the previous game I cast. For Infinity, anyway. And we've got Infinity Gaming going ahead and banning IO or Low. Again, I probably butchered that name. I'm sorry. If I butchered any players' names, sorry. Send your hate mail to sgamingtag@gmail.com. And we can go from there. So, Instaban for IO, or again, Low, whichever you prefer to call it, or however it's pronounced, for Infinity Gaming. They are the dire yet again, and NHogs or Nigglet Hedgehogs, which that's, yeah. Anyway, so Batrider gets banned by NHogs, or NHogs rather. Let's just call that team NHogs. A Puck ban for Infinity Gaming, almost insta ban on Puck, and now we got one more ban, and then it's going to be picks for both teams. It's going to go up to the third ban per side, and yeah, we got the Darkseer ban for NHogs. And it's going to be a Nyx Assassin, or Nyx. Nyx, Nyax. To me, it's the same thing, potato, potato. We got a Magnus pick by NHogs. We've got about 20 seconds left, and then it's going to be reserve time being used by NHogs. And it's going to be a Lifestealer pick for them. Now we've got one more pick for Infinity Gaming, and then one pick left for NHogs, then the last 3 bans per team. So just like last game, we're going to go free camera, all of that stuff. And hopefully this turns into a good game. We've got 50s, we got quite a ways to go. So I'm just going to sit back, relax, and not talk as fast right now.
5 seconds.
For those of you that don't know, go check the previous game I cast. Yeah, you'll realize later on in this video I can talk pretty fast. We got a Rubik pickup here by Infinity Gaming, and they're actually using reserve time now to go ahead and get these 2 picks out. For those of you that don't know, I believe you have, 45 seconds with just to get your first, your picks and bans out and stuff. And if you don't do it in the first 45 seconds, or 40 seconds rather, apparently, you use your reserve time, which both teams get a minute and a half. It looks like that second pick is going to be Dragon Knight, or third pick rather, is going to be Dragon Knight. And those of you wondering what these little things on the sides of the champions means, it means their primary attributes and what they can do. Like Nyx Assassin right here, primary attributes agility, he's a disabler, and a nuker. Whereas Dragon Knight, for instance, his primary attribute strength, he's a carry, a disabler, he's durable, he's a disabler, and he's a pusher. The stars mean how good they are at those roles. And let's see, we've got the bands coming out here yet again. Rubik is a nuker, a disabler, and primary attribute intel. And I just want to see what it says for Keeper of the Light. His primary attribute is intel. He's a nuker. He is... Why can't I hover over anything else here? Nuker, and yeah, the others don't pop up for some reason. For Lifestealer, his primary attribute strength, and now we got a Shadow Demon ban by Infinity Gaming. They used a second of their reserve time. But yeah, Lifestealer, we've got a Chen ban by NHogs. Yeah, Lifestealer, primary attribute strength, he's carry, an escape, and then the other 2 don't show up for whatever reason. Magnus, he's a carry, his primary attribute strength, and he's an initiator. He's really good at starting team fights. So there's that. Now we have bans. We have 2 bans left on both teams. I'm wondering what it's going to be. You know, anything can happen. So, it's way too early to call. Both teams being precise on what they want to ban, what they want to pick. We got a Gyrocopter ban, which he's a pretty popular ban, actually, just because of his ult and his stun. We have a Phantom Lancer ban, almost insta Phantom Lancer ban at that. And last bans for both teams coming out, then it's the last pick phase before we get into the game. For those of you that aren't familiar with Captain's Mode, just like I'm not as familiar, as we see now, we've got, you know, the ban phase, the pick phase, ban phase, pick phase. And what happens is the captains pick the certain champions, and then once the champions are banned and picked, each player decides what champion they're going to play. Of the 5 champions they have to select from that were picked by their team captains. So, you know, that will definitely help, you know, alleviate some, oh my god, I don't know. But it just shows up like this because it shows the order in which they were picked. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, or fifth. You know, fourth or fifth, rather. But it doesn't really mean much because the, you know, 5th champion picked can go to the second, you know, can go to the second player in the list. You know, can go from left to right, from, you know, 5 over here can wind up over here, so it doesn't matter. What matters is once they get picked, after, you know, the bans and picks for both teams are done, then the players decide which champion to pick. And Infinity Gaming, running out of their reserve time here, they ban Lion as their last pick. And that is a, who is that? Clockwork ban by NHogs. So we've got 2 more picks per side now coming out. And it's going to alternate between the Dire, then the Radiant, then back to the Dire, then back to the Radiant. Again, I have no idea why they show, you know, the Dire up on top over here when it's easier to show the Dire down here, because it kind of makes more sense. It's a personal preference of mine, not that big of an issue. You guys decide however you like it.
5 seconds remaining.
And we've got reserve time being used, Beastmaster being picked. Wow. Been a long time since I've seen Beastmaster being played. Beastmaster, he's considered an initiator. He's pretty good at that. Not as good as Magnus. He's a disabler, and he's durable. We got a lone druid pick, which that's pretty impressive. I mean, he's one of the only champions, and I think the only champion that actually gets a second, like, he can use his Spirit Bear to go ahead and farm with him. And his Spirit Bear is very durable. And I mean very durable. It has 2,700 health, and it's got like 6 armor. It's really durable. Plus it does a ton of damage. Yeah, it's got 6 armor. And yeah, Infinity Gaming is running out of reserve time, and NHogs haven't even used theirs. They just want to make sure they get the correct champions, I assume. And they get Invoker as their last pick. Invoker's the only champion that can actually change his abilities at whim out of a pool of, I think it's 10 or 13 or something like that. But anyway, I'll go into that in just a few minutes. You know, for those of you that are still new to Dota and don't know all that much, everybody else, they're pretty, you know, their abilities don't change whatsoever except Invokers. Actually, no, there are no champions that actually have abilities change depending on where they are. No, that doesn't happen, but except for Invoker, I'll go into that. And now we finally see NHogs using their reserve time. Sorry guys, just need to, you know, keep my throat moisturized. No pun intended there. Anything dirty. Get your minds out of the gutters. No. Cast an hour-long game previously. It was very good. Go ahead and check that game out. Hopefully somebody will put an annotation because this isn't going up on my channel. But yeah. Or I don't think it's going up on my channel. We'll see. You guys will be able to tell, obviously. But I'm wondering who this last pick's going to be for NHogs. It's very interesting that they're actually finally using their reserve time, and they're slowly running out of time. You know, obviously they're not at the state that Infinity Gaming's at, where they had like almost no time left, but they're getting close to it, and very quickly at that point now too. So, yeah, Beastmastery's got a stun, Dragon Knight's got a stun, Nyx Assassin has a stun, and Rubik has a toss, well, kind of like a pseudo-stun. It's a knock-up of sorts. And it's going to be a Jakiro. So, yeah. And now we see who picks who for what side. We've got Big N picking up Dragon Knight for Infinity Gaming. We got Fuse picking up Beastmaster for Infinity Gaming. For NHogs, we got 7 Deuce Never Lose picking up Magnus, HEV picking up Lifestealer, and A Sams picking up Lone Druid. For Nyx Assassin's going to be Iduzamata, or Iduzamata. Again, if I mispronounce your name, sorry. Make your name something simple, like, you know, Big N or Fuse. Menkt picks up Jakiro, and Ag Ethi picks up Keeper of Light for the Radiant. And what's gonna happen here? Oh, there we go. Infinity Burt picks up Rubik, and that just leaves one person left to pick up Rubik, and it's gonna be Ilfan. And I swear I have it on free camera, which I did. Looks like somebody DC'd, so we're just gonna go ahead and pause it here. There we go. Looks like he's in. Maybe. Alright, so while we're here, yeah, while we're at this pause screen, let me talk about Invoker really quick. You might notice that, you know, he's got 3 abilities right here, 2 empty spaces, then his ultimate. So his ultimate, these are the different abilities he can get. Cold Snap, like, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he has 10 abilities to choose from. And the abilities he has to choose from that will fill up these 2 slots go based upon what he has here. As you can see, there's, you know, it says Cold Snap, which requires 3 Qs. What happens is Invoker is the only champion that doesn't have spells that he can use at any level, you know, can get 3 spells and stuff like that that actually do damage. These are more passive / persistent effects that allow him to change up the abilities he gets with those. So, level 1 he can pick from any of these 3, and Invoker's the only champion that can get his ultimate at level 2. He can get his ultimate level 2, 4, 6, 8, and I believe 10? Or 2, 4, 6, 8. So, I think level 8 is the maximum, but anyway, he's the only champion that can have that happen. And each ability does different things. Cold Snap, it puts a mini stun onto a target and makes them take just initial damage. And all these abilities cost different mana. They do different things based upon how, you know, his Q, W, and E are leveled. He's a very, not complex, but he's actually a complex champion to learn if you're just starting out. So, for those of you that haven't played Dota at all, or barely played Dota, you're better off staying away from him, because his abilities can change team fights in a big manner. Most of the time you'll see people use Deafening Blast, Chaos Meteor, Tornado, Forged Spirit, and Ghost Walk. They might use Ice Ball, Cold Snap, and EMP to a point, as well as Sunstrike. But again, all of his abilities are based upon the level of his Q, W, E, and they're the only ones that have like 7 levels in the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, about 7 or 8 levels that he has per, you know, his Q, W, E. What his Q, W, and E are is Q gives him more strength, you know, just passive strength, and that'll allow him to have, ice orbs going around him. He can have a maximum of 3 orbs of any kind going around him at one point in time. But it's 3 orbs in total, so it can be, Q, W, Quaswex, and Exort, which, if he were to combine those, would give him the Deafening Blast. He can't do that till about level 3, but hopefully you guys get the idea. And, his Quas gives him more strength and give him health regen per the amount of orbs he has around him that are, that attribute. For Wex's W, it gives him more attack speed, more movement speed, and just bonus flat agility per level. The movement and attack speed are dependent on how many Wex orbs he has around him. And his Exort, his E, gives him more intel and more damage per instance. So what that means is if he has, if he gets his Exort first, he has up to 9 damage, which he actually does. We see the fire, or we don't see the fire orbs going around Invoker. But yes, he has level 1 of Exort. No, there we go. Now we see the fire orbs, and this is what I mean. He now has plus 18, 9 from Blades of Attack, and 9 from Exort. Hope you guys see it now, and that will allow him to get Sunstrike at level 1. But enough about that, let's go into the action now, 16 minutes into this hour-long replay. Obviously there's not much to talk about the first few minutes. However, Lone Druid getting caught out here, and he is taking some substantial damage here, and he's not going to die, but he's getting really close. And if they were to kill that Spirit Bear, they would actually be able to kill Lone Druid. But it looks like Lone Druid's going to go ahead and survive for now. He is forced to use a health potion, though. So what a lot of people forget is the backlash damage can kill Lone Druid. It's 100 backlash damage, and he would have died due to the backlash. What backlash means is Spirit Bear died, okay, you lose some health. The health loss is dependent on the Spirit Bear's level. Nice knock-up right there, or stun right there by Nyx Assassin, but, again, we're seeing the 3 top combo that we saw last game from Infinity Gaming. Or Infinity, rather. For those of you that didn't know, that's the Infinity symbol that's right there, yada yada yada. We got Keeper of the Light jungling here for the Radiant, and I assume that they're going to be doing the creep pulling tactic like they did last time, which it appears so, except Nyx Assassin kind of messes it up, and now he's a little behind the curve in experience, but not that far behind at all. Meantime, we've got Magnus trying to do as much as he can to that Invoker, and again, just to quickly touch base on it, Invoker Sunstrike does 162.5 damage because Exort is level 2. The higher the Exort level goes, the more damage Sunstrike does. But yeah, don't worry guys, there's something coming up in the future that will go into stuff like that. But for right now, let's just focus on the task at hand. So up at top, it's Lone Druid for the Radiant versus Nyx Assassin, Dragon Knight, and Rubik for the Dire. In middle, it's Magnus for the Radiant versus Invoker for the Dire. In the jungle, we have Keeper of the Light for the Radiant. And we've got Jakiro. I don't know what Jakiro's doing. And we've got Lifestealer bottom versus Beastmaster. Jakiro actually looking to come around back here on Beastmaster and maybe get the kill. We will have to see. No, Jakiro's backing out here and going through the jungle. Beastmaster doing a ton of damage to that Lifestealer, but as his name intends, he steals life. Most of their names are pretty accurate about what they do. It's not that hard to understand with that one. But I want to say, after seeing Infinity last game I cast, I'm impressed. They definitely know their stuff, although I don't know how NHogs will do. I really don't, and again, this shows you the power of Exort right here. Or not Exort, Quas. He's getting a lot of health regen from Quas, and he's also getting, the 3 strength. So that's pretty nice, not even gonna lie. In the meantime, we've definitely got, just some damage going on up top. in general, not a whole lot. That Spirit Bear is definitely pretty tanky right about now. He's got a Ring of Regen. In the meantime, Invoker picks up the kill on... Where is Keeper of the Light? Where did Keeper of the Light die? Like, that's my question, because... Yeah, in the meantime, Nyx Assassin gets the kill up atop on that Lone Druid. Rubik getting a couple of tower hits, that way Nyx Assassin doesn't. And lol, the tower's dying up top here really, really quickly. By quickly, I don't mean like it's dying quickly, it's very early in the game that it is dying. We're only about 4.5 minutes in up here, and yeah, that tower's gonna go down in about a couple of seconds, and there it goes. Dragon Knight gets the bulk of the gold for it, which that's good. That'll help him towards the later stage of the game. Meantime, let's just take a look at the KDA real quick. So we've got Nyx Assassin and Invoker 1-0-0. Dragon Knight has 1 assist. Lone Druid has a death, and Keeper of the Light has a death. I have no idea where Invoker killed Keeper of the Light. I really don't. And we'll check here in just a few minutes on, the KDA, or not the KDA, the, creep scores and stuff like that. And Keeper of the Light doing a ton of damage, however, he isn't able to kill any of these things. He's gonna have to back off here, because he can die relatively quickly, and I hear fighting going on somewhere. I'm wondering who's... Jakiro creep pulling like a boss. Now I mean like a boss. Meantime, we do have top being creep bowled every so often, so they're doing their job as well. And Keeper of the Light trying to just sustain his jungle, but he's not really that good of a jungle, as we can see. He's definitely... Jakiro would be on the same page, but in the meantime, Nyx Assassin gets the kill up atop again on Lone Druid. And that Lone Druid's just way behind now, 0-2. Definitely no good. In the meantime, Magnus gets double damage, and Invoker gets the kill in the jungle on Keeper of the Light yet again. And yeah, we see Invoker now has got level 2 ult. Mind you, the higher the ult for Invoker is, the less mana costs, and then once he has his Scepter, if he goes for it, his ult will have a 2-second cooldown, cost no mana. But we do see the Cold Snap and Sunstrike come out for Invoker, so, I mean, he only has his Quas and Exort, though. So I wouldn't expect to see, any Deafening Blast or stuff like that just yet. He can't get Ghost Walk, because he doesn't have Wex. Again, I know a little too much about that for my own good at that point. Lifestealer with the Hand of Midas now definitely needs that, to stay relevant. Well, not to stay relevant, but to allow himself to just do a ton of damage. He's level 7, and Beastmaster's level 3. In the meantime, Invoker gets the kill yet again on Keeper of the Light here in the jungle, and Keeper of the Light's definitely not happy. And in the meantime, this Invoker is just trying not to die here. He's taking a lot of punishment from this Magnus, but Magnus will take a lot of tower hits for his trouble. And meantime, Lone Druid finally gets the kill up at top on Nyx Assassin. Magnus gets the kill on Invoker here, but that Forge Spear definitely trying to hammer away at the armor of Magnus. Lone Druid's gonna go ahead and get his farm up and going now. Although I'm surprised we don't see anything else on the Spirit Bear at this point, but then again, he doesn't have that much CS, so I'm really not all that surprised. In the meantime, Lifestealer did just go ahead and get the kill on Beastmaster, but Lifestealer's level 8, Beastmaster's what, level 3, level 4? Yeah. So Lifestealer's more than doubling the levels of that Beastmaster, so that's no bueno for him. Definitely no bueno. And we got Invoker teleporting in here at bottom. And I assume he's going to go for his Aghanim Scepter, because it would just be dumb if he didn't. That would be free, ult free, and it's got a short CD. However, the longer or the higher levels of Invoker's ult, the more mana cost, but the slower or quicker the CD is. He's gonna come come into the jungle yet again and just do a ton of damage to that to that Keeper of the Light yet again and get the kill yet again on Keeper of the Light. So showing you the power here, and Rubik gets called out here, is going to die to either Lifestealer, and yes, Lifestealer does pick up the kill, and that's going to be a dead somebody here. Lifestealer gets stunned right there by Nyx Assassin. Invoker picks up the kill on Lifestealer, and Magnus now trying to get the kill on Nyx Assassin, which he does, and Beastmaster coming in here to try and get something done. However, he's just a little too underleveled at this point in time, because yeah, he's level 4 versus level 6s and stuff. Yeah, and Keeper of the Light just paused the game for, I guess, you know, sake of pausing it to prove he actually killed somebody. I don't know on that one. That's a weird pause. Sorry, guys. Don't ever cast after you just casted a game and only had like 3 minutes to recoup your voice. It is not good. In the meantime, Beastmaster with the Q with his Berserk or his Wild Axes, he's going in and getting a lot of gold here, which that's good. And I would assume he's getting some experience for the kills as well. And you know, I didn't actually know that the Wild Axes affect the Ancients down there, but in the meantime, Nyx Assassin gets the kill on Magnus, and the Dragon Knight pops the ult. I assume they're going to go ahead and take this tower out, because Dragon Knight's poison does affect the towers. People sometimes forget that too. Poison is, yeah, affected, well, it does affect towers. In the meantime, we do have Nyx Assassin going right onto Keeper of the Light, or trying to at least. And Nyx Assassin now almost getting caught out right there by Jakiro. And yeah, that, yeah, I don't even know what to say at that point, but it's going to be a dead Jakiro by Nyx Assassin with the Mana Burn. And we see Rubik now just trying to block Keeper of the Light for as long as he can for his teammates to go ahead and follow up. Magnus gets the kill on Rubik with the Shockwave. Keeper of the Light tries to do some damage to Nyx Assassin. Nice ult right there by Magnus, and Magnus picks up the kill on Nyx Assassin, and wow, Invoker gets the kill on Magnus here. And Invoker's gonna die here if he's not lucky, and he isn't, and dies to Keeper of the Light yet again. Keeper of the Light getting very lucky, and now that Lone Druid has been left to farm for quite a while. Let's just look at his last hits denies. He's actually not that far ahead of anybody, really. Lone Druid's only at 36 and 13 for last hits denies. Lifestealer at 76 last hits, 22 denies. That is why Beastmaster's so far behind. You know, forget about anything else. Just forget about anything else. The 22 denies makes that all worth it. That's 22 last hits that Beastmaster doesn't have, you know, and that is a sad thing in total. Ooh, sorry guys. Meantime, we see Nyx Assassin and Rubik trying to see if they can catch anybody out here in the jungle. We see Lifestealer teleporting in here. He actually has the phase boots, which I agree with, and that's going to be a dead Lifestealer. Lifestealer dies to Beastmaster. Good thing for Beastmaster picking up the gold right there. And Magnus goes in right here with the double damage, and he's gonna try and get the kill on Nyx Assassin, which he isn't able to. And Nyx Assassin gets away, but he doesn't know that there are wards there. And turn around, Nyx Assassin. No, Nyx Assassin dies to Jakiro's ult, and that's a dead Beastmaster. No, Beastmaster lives. Invoker gets the kill on Jakiro right here. And lol, Magnus with the shockwave just barely hitting Rubik while he was just about out of range. Spirit Bear and Lone Druid heading bot now. That's going to be a dead Dragon Knight by the hands of Magnus. And now Invoker is going to go ahead and get away here. He did pop Ghost Walk, but he popped, yeah. I don't know why he popped his phase boots. Nice knockup right there by Rubik. However, it's not going to be able to kill Magnus anytime soon. Unless Invoker were to have popped the Sunstrike right there, Magnus is going to survive just barely though. And Rubik gets the kill on Magnus. Wow. As I said all of that, Spirit Bear is chasing down Rubik with his life. Invoker gets the kill on Keeper of the Light here. And Nyx Assassin is going to die here to the hands of Lone Druid thanks to the Spirit Bear's Entangle. Or yeah, Entangling Claws rather. Lone Druid gets the kill on Rubik as well, so that's a double kill for him. The Lifestealer now is trying to get the kill on somebody here. He won't be able to pick up the kill on Beastmaster just yet. We've got Beastmaster actually getting caught out here. And he's going to survive just barely though. Lifestealer going on Dragon Knight, but nobody's going to die here. Whoa! Almost Sunstrike right there by Invoker onto Lifestealer. Now Invoker's going to go ahead and die here because he's got nowhere to go. He's just trapped, and Invoker dies to the creeps. So his goal was split amongst everybody that was there helping kill him for the Radiant. Magnus gets killing Rubik here underneath the tower. And now Magnus is going for the throat right here, as it were, and trying to get the kill on somebody else here. Gets the kill on Beastmaster as well. And Dragon Knight doing a ton of damage and gets the kill on... No! The creeps get the kill on Magnus, splitting the gold amongst everybody on the dire side that helped kill him. And now Nyx Assassin trying to get away here and dies to keep her lights illuminate. Oh my god. That is bananas! Oh god, I'm never gonna do that again. That actually hurt my throat. I'm gonna go ahead and take a drink of what I've got to drink, and Lifestealer dies. I do not know what hit him. I think he used an armlet. Yeah, he used his armlet and got hit by Sunstrike immediately afterwards. So that was not good. Yeah, he got sapped of a lot of health. So that shows you guys, do not use your armlet when there's an Invoker on the field. Especially one that has his Extort leveled up to a pretty high degree. And we see a Blink Dagger on the Magnus now. That's his only item except his Arcane Boots. He's not going to be able to sustain the mana usage between everything really, but he will be able to get his blink and ult off. We do see Rubik now getting a nice stun off on just about everybody down here bottom. Nice Ice Path right there by Jakiro. Magnus uses haste that he had bottled, and he's gonna go ahead and try and chase somebody here. In the meantime, he actually does use an Invoker, gets away with his life. We got the Sunstrike coming in on Lifestealer. Lifestealer actually gets away right now. We got the nice Ice Path yet again by Jakiro. Magnus gets killed on Dragon Knight over here, and Magnus is now going for the throat on Invoker, and lol. Nice ult right there by Magnus catching Invoker, which I feel that was kind of a waste because he could have gotten it with a Shockwave. And now Magnus trying to go for the throat on Rubik. Nyx Assassin Lifestealer gets the kill on Nyx Assassin. Magnus gets a triple kill with the kill on Rubik here. So definitely not going good for Infinity yet. But we still have, a little over 30 minutes to go. Or under, somewhere like that. Something like that, yeah. Meantime, we do see the armlet now on Spirit Bear, which he can pretty much have that active the entire time, and he's not going to lose health because, yeah, it's kind of nuts. Actually, he is slightly losing health, but I think he's also taking damage. No, his health is dropping, but it's raising quicker than it's dropping, so yeah, armlet's pretty good. Not even gonna lie. Meantime, we do see the return by the Spirit Bear to Lone Druid. A nice stun right there by that Dragon Knight helps Nyx Assassin at least get the kill on Jakiro. And now that Spirit Bear trying to do something here, and it will take a ton of damage here, might actually die. And yes, it actually does die, and Lone Druid suffering the health loss of that. However, it's back alive now, and Lone Druid could care less. The Smoke of Deceit being used here, and they're trying to see if they can find anybody out here, which they may be able to do. No, they're gonna just completely... Yeah, they got sidestepped right there by Keeper of the Light, who was in the jungle for quite a while, as we saw earlier. Magnus uses his bottled regeneration, at least from the top, And I'm wondering what's possessing Beastmaster and Dragon Knight to stay bottom. Dragon Knight has an armlet, but that's... or not an armlet, he has the Hand of Midas. But that's not really going to save him when he's taking a ton of damage. Nice skewer right there by Magnus onto that Beastmaster. Beastmaster trying to get something done here. He does the ult onto the Lone Druid, helping do something. Magnus dies right there to Invoker. And that Lone Druid's going to die here if he's not careful. And he will die to that Nyx Assassin, I think. Nyx Assassin, where you go? No, Dragon picks up the kill on Lone Druid, ending his killing spree. We see Nyx Assassin getting the kill on Jakiro here. And now Lifesteal is in big trouble. And the Dire's going ahead and backing off? Question mark. Like, I don't know why they're backing off. All I know is they're backing off. You know, that's as simple as I can put it. Again, sorry guys, I'm thirsty. You guys try casting, 2-3 games in a row. Plus, not much to talk about right now. Let's look at the KDA right now, actually. Nyx Assassin 11.54, Invoker at 10.54. Then we've got Nyx Assassin's at 7.77. It's Magnus at 11.54. Oh, okay. Lone Druid's at 3.5 or 3.35 rather. Lifesteal's at 3.34. Keeper of the Light is at 3.55. Beastmaster's at 1.25. Dragon Knight's 1.25 as well. Then we have, who is that? Jakiro at 1.55. And Rubik at 1.67. As far as last hits denies, Lifesteal at 127 last hits, 23 denies. Then Dragon Knight at 83 last hits, 3 denies. Lone Druid at 67 or 62 last hits, 17 denies. And Magnus at 61 last hits, 7 denies for the top 5. This is relatively close considering, who has more farm per side. And 4 staff for Invoker first, not even going for the Aghanim's. Which that will help with, Deafening Blast. It'll push people into his path for Deafening Blast. In the meantime, Invoker got the kill. Where was Lifestealer? Oh, Lifestealer was here. So I assume he got it with the with the Sunstrike. And Nyx Assassin trying to run away here and dies to Magnus. Magnus ults after skewering right on top of him. And that's going to be a dead Rubik here. Oh my god, that is very, very close. Rubik actually dies to Magnus right there. I think it was just an auto attack by Magnus that killed him. And Invoker uses his 4-step to get, to GTFO. Keeper of the Light in the meantime destroyed the middle tower for the Radiant. So let's just count the towers real quick. 1, 1, 1. So 2 towers taken in total right now by the Dire, and 3 for the Radiant. 1 per lane for the Radiant on the Dire side, and only the top and the middle towers. Well, the first ones have been taken for the Dire on the Radiant side. But again, the game is stupid close. It's still hard to call. Anything can happen at this point in time. Especially if, Magnus ults too soon or ults versus the wrong thing, like ults illusions or something like that, which I've seen plenty of. And Nyx Assassin's going for, I want to say Dagoon? Or Dagon? Dagon. Again, potato. But it's a very, very common item to see on him, due to he can go ahead and Vendetta, hit somebody, knock them up with an Impale, mana burn them, and then Dagon them, and they should be dead. If they're not, just a couple more auto attacks and they should be dead. But in the meantime, we do see the Dire going ahead and going for Roshan right now, which I don't know if that's a smart or a dumb move. We see Magnus going on to a Rubik here, and he activates Haste, and obviously he gets the kill on Rubik, but the rest of the Dire is going to go ahead and get Roshan, and Dragon Knight picks up the Aegis. Meantime, up at top, Lifestealer and Lone Druid were pushing top, and they just took that, and Lifestealer I think is going for a... Yeah, he's going for an Orchid Malevolence, which that is really good. That'll help him, you know, with a ton of damage onto anybody with his rage and everything. In the meantime, we see Magnus getting caught out here, and he's gonna die. He ults onto Beastmaster to try and not die. Meantime, Rubik picks up the kill, and yeah. Is it me, or did that just sound like Dr. Evil, or who was it? Or Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget? Yeah, I think they got the same voice actor. Or somebody close enough. Meantime, Nyx Assassin trying to get the stun off on somebody here to, you know, have some sort of damage be done, but doesn't actually, you know, isn't able to do it. Dragon Knight's hiding out here in the jungle, but he is going to go in and going to see, like, hey, I can go ahead and attack this tower, and that Spirit Bear is going to cause a lot of issues here in just a few seconds. And nice meter right there, and Dragon Knight gets a double kill on both Jakiro and Lone Druid. Lifestealer is the only one left alive in that engagement, and Jakiro buys back, Lone Druid buys back, and Invoker gets the kill on Lifestealer over here, and the tower finally goes down. In the meantime, Nyx Assassin's going right onto... No, Invoker gets the kill with the Sunstrike. Well played by Nyx Assassin, allowing Invoker to get it. That's a nice ult by Jakiro, however, it's not enough to kill anybody. And that Lone Druid may die here if he's not lucky. Which it looks like he may not be. Oh my god, so close. He actually dies to Rubik's Q right there. So, nice play by Rubik, allowing him to get the kill and save Dragon Knight for another day, really. Nyx Assassin's gonna go ahead and back out here and just barely dodge the Shockwave by Magnus, and Magnus is gonna go ahead and die here. Dragon Knight picks up the kill, so that's good for him. And this is at that point where it starts to snowball for one team, and Dragon Knight really not caring about if he lives or dies because he has the Aegis. He's gonna go ahead and just do a ton of damage and stay there because he can. You know, that's really the only thing he can, well, only thing I can say at that point. We got Beastmaster. He's just now getting... Whoa, wait, he's getting a Headdress of Rejuvenation? What? I guess he also does have the Hood of Defiance, so it's okay. He gets the Magic Resist, even though he's got a Rubik on his team, but the Rubik Magic Resist only takes into effect when you're close to him. You know, as we can see, it's, you know, not that big of an AoE. It actually doesn't even show us the AoE, and he's only got level 1. At this point, you'd want it like level 3 or like level 2, level 3 at least. I mean, yeah, other abilities are tempting, such as your Telekinesis and your, you know, Fade Bolt's not his Q. I was messing it up. His Fade Bolt was getting kills, not his Q. So, stupid me. But yeah, anyway, I know other stuff is enticing, but the Magic Resist is nice. Now, considering agility affects your armor, and armor only affects physical damage you take, you know, you have to buy other Magic Resist stuff. You get a base of like 25% Magic Resist, so yeah, you're gonna need more. As we can see, Beastmaster actually has the Pipe of Insight, and that's going to be a dead Lifestealer there. No, he actually lives just barely, though. Dragon Knight getting a ton of damage put onto him, and nice meter right there by Invoker. Dragon Knight gets a kill on Magnus. Invoker trying to get the kill on the Spirit Bear there to negate it. Nyx Assassin gets a kill on Jakiro. So much stuff is happening I can't actually keep up. Lifestealer is going to go ahead and live for just a few more seconds. Lone Druid is going to go ahead and live for just a few seconds as well, and he dies right there to Nyx Assassin. And Nyx Assassin eats a Illuminate to the face. Meantime, Lifestealer gets the kill on Beastmaster over here, but Dragon Knight gets the kill on Lifestealer to redeem him. And Nyx Assassin trying to hunt somebody down, and as I said, he gets the Dagon. Dagon, Dagoon, Dagon. Again, potato, potato, tomato, tomato. Same thing. You know, if you're gonna be that big of a stickler about it, yeah. Meantime, Dragon Knight does finally have his Aegis wasted, but then again, he will be able to get that tower now. He's got had full health, and is barely taking that much damage from the tower, so yeah, he'll be fine. It's not that big of an issue for him. The KDA right now, we've got Magnus at 14.84, Invoker at 13.510, Nyx Assassin at 9.813, Dragon Knight at 6.2 and 10, Lifestealer at 4.64, Lone Druid at 3.66, Keeper of the Light 3.65, Rubik at 3.813, Beastmaster at 1. Ooh, while I'm saying all this, Nyx Assassin just got killed. Where was that? Oh, he was pushing top. He was way out of position, but yeah, Nyx Assassin now is 9.913. But yeah, Rubik is 3.813. Beastmaster's at 1.312. And who is that again? Jakiro is at 1.76. Jakiro is a support champion, so don't expect to see him get that many kills. You know, yeah, he can be deadly, but not the way he's being played right now. He's being played as a support, so just keep that one in mind. Rubik is also pretty much played as a support almost intentionally all the time due to his telekinesis and his null field. Like, he could actually use reverse polarity and cause havoc. Pretty much why he has his blink dagger. You know, that's one of the biggest reasons. Because Magnus, yeah. Magnus now going for a refresher orb, which I can't say I blame him, and he blinks out of the way knowing full well what can happen to him. And we got the Illuminate coming out here, but it's not going to hit anybody, really. And the tower's going to take, you know, a couple turret hits, nothing too major. We got Lifestealer going ahead and pushing bottom here, and nobody's going to stop him. He's just going to town. And really, who would be dumb enough to try and stop him solo? No, he's got an armlet, he's got, speaking of stopping him, we actually see Beastmaster and Invoker go bottom to stop him. In the meantime, Lone Druid up at top got the kill on Nyx Assassin, because he was, again, caught out of position. Lifestealer here does die to Beastmaster. Obviously, with the help of Invoker, I believe, what did Invoker have at that point in time? I couldn't tell. I want to say he had his Cold Snap. I just want to assume that. You know, I have to assume that because, yeah, the mini stun does help immensely. Let's just be honest here, mini stun helps regardless. And that is a scary looking Quill Boar if I've ever seen one. Or Boar, rather. Beastmaster now, yeah, he is going to town pushing bottom back in favor for his team. Who's teleporting now? Teal is Lone Druid. Ooh, yeah. Lone Druid v Beastmaster. Lone Druid will win. Not because Lone Druid is ranged, but it's pretty much 2v1 when you take into consideration the Spirit Bear. Again, that Spirit Bear hurts, Lone Druid not so much. No, Lone Druid still helps, but that Spirit Bear does like a big chunk of the work, especially considering he has a Hyper Stone. Yeah. He has a Hyper Stone. He'll probably be going for a Maelstrom and then a Malgeneer. I believe that's how it's pronounced, but yeah, we'll have to see. Or he's going for a Assault Cuirass. I like the wording here coming in for both teams. You know, just making sure they can see most of the map and where they are and stuff like that. Nyx Assassin with a level 2 Dagoon can actually almost kill somebody here in like record time. That Spirit Bear, and that, wow. Magnus blinks and uses Skewer and does nothing to that Nyx Assassin. That Spirit Bear taking some damage but not a whole lot. In the meantime, we got Invoker here taking a ton of damage from that Lifestealer. Lifestealer trying to run away now, and he's gonna die right here in just a few seconds. No, Magnus comes in, ults, and saves him. Meantime, Dragon Knight gets the kill on Jakiro somewhere else. Lifestealer gets the kill on Nyx Assassin and gets it on Invoker as well. While Magnus got the kill on Rubik. Dragon Knight now gonna be in a world of hurt in about 4 seconds. And there goes Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight's about to die here. And yeah, Lifestealer goes into Dragon Knight actually, wow, somehow lives. Gets the kill on Magnus and on Lone Druid. So, calling me shocked. In the meantime, Lifestealer did get the kill on Beastmaster, which I'm not surprised about one bit, due to, you know, the rage and the open wounds. And, oh, I thought that was a Sunstrike coming in. Apparently not, because Invoker's dead. That was just the chakra magic. But yeah, just to give you guys an idea of what the, you know, what the Radiant's vision looks like, this is what the Radiant sees. You know, to give you an idea of what the Dire sees, this is what the Dire sees. They see the entire bottom jungle here. You know, they see all the paths that can be taken. They also see near Roshan and stuff like that. They see up at top. They see the ward or the runes. So they're covered. You know, they're definitely covered. The Radiant, again, not so much. The Radiant can see literally here and where their creeps are. So definitely good ward positions by the Dire. And, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to counter ward or get a gem. Hell, a gem would actually be a good idea for that Nyx assassin who can be a giant pain in the butt. Plus you got the Smoke of Deceit still on Rubik, which that can just add. And Rubik actually has Illuminate. What? He stole Illuminate from Keeper of the Light? Blasphemy. And they're actually trying to go bottom here, see if they can catch that Lone Druid out. I believe that's Lone Druid. Yes, it is. And they may be able to do so if they get to him quick enough, which he's not backing out. He's not backing out. There we go. Lone Druid's going to go ahead and die here in about 4 seconds. Nice everything right there by Invoker. Invoker picks up the kill on Lone Druid. And that sets his that sets up the Dire to go ahead and push here. Meantime, Magnus gets the kill on Nyx Assassin down here. Nyx Assassin did try and come around back. And oh my, almost gets the Keeper of the Light with the Sunstrike. But that was a nice tower kill. And Roshan is back up, which I assume they're going to go for now. You know, Beastmaster proving to be worth his weight in gold as just a support. Dragon Knight now has the Maljaneer. Again, I probably just butchered that name completely, but I could almost care less. Yeah, Dragon Knight's pretty fed at this point. He's, what you can see down here, 9-11. Yeah, that's pretty beefy. Plus he has, you know, lifesteal and life. Yeah, he's got everything. And now he has a Satanic as well. Yeah, that's not so bueno for the Radiant. Speaking of just KDA, Magnus at 16-9-8. We've got Invoker at 14-6-11. Dragon Knight at 9-2-11, as I said. Nyx Assassin 9-12-13. Lifestealers at 7-7-5. Lone Druids at 4-8-7. Then we have Keeper of the Light at 3-6-5. And wow, that Lifestealer pushing, I believe it was Lifestealer anyway that was pushing top. Where is the Lifestealer? No, he wasn't pushing top apparently, and Lifestealer gets the Salt Karis first. Again, still wondering what Spirit Bear got on his bear. Still has the high percent, but yeah, Rubik at 3-9-13. Beastmaster at 2-4-14. And Jakiro's at 1-8-8. So definite support Jakiro. Is Lone Druid going for, you know, a blade, or yeah, blade mail? What is he going for? Again, Nyack or Lifestealer has the Salt Crest, and 2 of them don't stack to give you double the benefit and double the armor reduction for your opponent. So I don't know. I mean, unless they stack somehow, but yeah, I don't foresee that happening. In the meantime, Invoker has a BKB. What? Yeah, Beastmaster has plate mail. I assume Beastmaster is going to go for the Assault Cuirass as well. Meantime, what does Rubik have? Rubik really doesn't have anything. He has a headdress, Blink Dagger, and Arcane Boots. We see Magnus with Blink, and really that's it. What does Keeper of the Light have? Keeper of the Light has Mech, Arcane Boots, and that's really it. Again, you know, Lone Druid doesn't have that much. Jakiro has support items. You know, it's really what he has. Who did we not see? Yeah, Dragon Knight's pretty much got a full build going on here. If he really wanted to, we can just go in and say, lol, I got Aegis. Yeah, I mean, to give you an example of how quick he attacks, that's how quick he attacks. And he hits hard, he hits fast, he has a bunch of health, and a bunch of armor. But yeah, his life was just being sapped right there by the armlet, so yeah. That's no bueno. Nyx Assassin, what does he have? He has a Dagoon level 2 still. He's got Magic Wand and Arcane Boots. Meh. And lol, that tower just got wrecked. Ah, that is definitely not good. In the meantime, Nyx Assassin doing a ton of damage to that Spirit Bear. And that Spirit Bear is dying, and Lone Druid just eating the health drawback like it's nothing, because quite literally is nothing at that point in time. Meantime, Dragon Knight's missing the tower a whole lot here. He's attacking uphill. Which, for those of you that don't know, if you're attacking up or downhill, you have a higher chance to miss, regardless of if your opponent has evasion or not. You just have a chance to miss regardless. And Dragon Knight here, just taking a beating. And I mean a massive beating by everybody. And he's actually doing a ton of damage to that Lifestealer, and they were pretty much passive for an entire, 30 seconds or so. In the meantime, we do have the Aegis being used here. Lifestealer is going to go ahead and back out here. He will almost die. Nice ult right there by Magnus, and Magnus almost be able to use the refresher and ult again. Meantime, Keeper Light did get the kill on Nyx Assassin. However, Dragon Knight got the kill on Lifestealer, so that's good. And Dragon Knight now whipping that range barracks into shape. And that's going to be game, I assume, here, because, yeah, Dragon Knight, wow, buddy, just wow. The attack speed, the damage, just everything's in Dragon Knight's favor. And now they can go ahead and backdoor this tower, and really there's nothing the Radiant can do to stop it, except for, try and kill Dragon Knight for a second time, which we saw how long it took them to kill him once. Given he is low on health now, but, he may actually die here if he doesn't move. He actually does. So smart move on his behalf. He's going to go ahead and attack the range barracks yet again while his teammates attack the melee. And, yeah, they're going to go ahead and back out here because really they can't do much. No! Dragon Knight actually gets back up to full health, and we see Magnus trying to do a ton of damage to that Rubik and kill him. But no, the melee range barracks actually go down. Invoker gets to kill Magnus. Nyx Assassin gets level 3 Dagoon. And Dragon Knight gets the kill on Keeper Light here. And that is, that is sickening, to say the least. And we see the GG come out here for both teams. So, they're at least sportsmen. They have good sportsmanship, rather. And they at least say GG, well played, stuff like that. And there's not really much that the Radiant can do at this point other than sit back and watch their base get destroyed. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and let this play out, but shows you the importance of focusing down high threat targets early in the game. That 3 top strat seems to be working pretty good. In the meantime, we do have Spirit Bear going ahead and dying that Spirit Bear dies. That was Lifestealer's home pretty much for a few seconds. Lifestealer gets the kill on Rubik here, and Dragon Knight doing a ton of damage to Lifestealer, and Nyx Assassin gets the kill on Lifestealer. And that's going to be an ancient the Radiant's ancient dying here again relatively quickly. That the Greater Boar is doing his due diligence here. The Radiant's ancient's dying relatively quickly. Magnus goes ahead and tries to get the kill on somebody here. Magnus actually No, Dragon Knight's death was split amongst everybody. We'll go ahead and see what the score screen looks like here, just to wrap everything up in a nice little chunk, you know? So, I'm just going to pause it here. We don't need to see who won what, but yeah, this was pretty close, you know. Overall in this game, what is that, 80 or 78 kills? Yeah, that's a lot. We can see right here, Lifestealer, who was 8, 9, and 5, Phase Boots. He's got an Orchid Malevolence. He was working towards a Basher. He had an Armlet and a Soul Cuirass. Lone Druid had Tranquil Boots, Iron Branch, and Chainmail, and was 4, 8, 8. Again, his bear had most of the items he had anyway. Magnus, who was 16, 10, and 10, had Bottle, a Plate Mail, a Refresher Orb, a Blink Dagger, and Arcane Boots. Keeper Light, who was 4, 7, 5, Mechanism, Arcane Boots, and some wards. Jakiro, who was 1, 8, 10, who's got Boots, some wards, and Smoke of Deceit. Rubik, who is 3, 10, 15, Blink Dagger, Headdress of Rejuvenation, and Arcane Boots. Again, pretty support-like of him. Beastmaster, Soul, who is 2, 4, 16, has a Soul Ring, a Pipe, Power Treads of Strength, I assume, and Necroamonic, Necro. He had that. Book of Necro. Invoker was 15, 6, 13, Force Staff, Phase Boots, Black King Bar, and Aghanim Scepter. Then we have Nyx Assassin, who is 10, 13, 14, level 3 Dagoon, Arcane Boots, and, you know, Magic Wand. No big deal. And then Dragon Knight, who's 11, 3, 12, has Power Treads, Hand of Midas, a Satanic, a Armlet, and Mjolnir. So, yeah, Dragon Knight was pretty much the focus, and let the rest of his teammates go ahead and get their nukes out and say lol. So if you guys enjoy this, go ahead, thumbs it up, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. And as always, I will talk to you all next time.